1490 16th Street. A lot going on here. First thing I want to point out is we're doing antique. Well, this could change, but more than likely unilock antique pavers. I got to measure the square footage of the porch. It's going to be an overlay, create the overhang with the overlay, and you know, do the overhang, whatever, and the rapid set glue, and that's going to be the whole porch. It's a bit complicated though. We're going to be taking these screws out here, and here, and as far as I can tell, that's all that's holding these on. And we're going to remove these pillars here, and if you have to, you know, remove one at a time because that's what's holding the awning up, or just I don't think that's what's holding the awning up. I think it's just for looks, but I could be wrong. So if you have to like pull one up at a time and then reinstall it, so you'll have to take this off. And then I told him, you know, this should just be, you might be able to, that might be enough space right here to just push the pillar up. But if not, take the aluminum or the metal, either grinder or sawzall blade, and cut a couple inches off there, and then just push the pillar up and then, you know, down here, set it on the brick once you glue it down, and then reinstall it, and then do one at a time as you're building it. Unless you think that you can just take all three of them off, build your overlay, and then put them back on. So there's that portion of the job. Then we're removing this step, and we're removing all this concrete. And what we're going to be doing is taking apart this easy wall here to about, you know, where it's looking jacked up, and we're going to rebuild it. And we're going to be bringing 20 feet of wall blocks and 10 feet of caps, and then we're going to like cut out whatever concrete you got to cut out, and then build an undercourse that goes over here, and then bring the paver splitter and cut a corner block that sits right here, and then put one more block behind it that sits right here, and you're going to close this area off. Then you're going to cap it. I'm not sure if you ever made a corner cap like that before. I can show you how to do it if you haven't. And then from right here, we're going to be putting in a little bit of limestone, a little bit of sand, and then you're going to match the paver. So you got about this much space right here that you'll have. So you'll have to figure out what kind of paver, which direction to put it in, and how you want to put it. And you're going to put a paver back there. So you're going to make a paver step. And then up front, you're going to pave this too. So you'll just take that out, you know, dig your base, do it just like a patio. So just to be clear, we're rebuilding this wall, and it's going to come through here, and then it's going to close off here, and then we're going to pave the area on top and pave the area in front with a porch overlay. Okay. Here, we're going to be reshaping this. So I've got you a few extra blocks just in case, and you're going to like soften it like that, so that's not like that. So you're going to soften that, and there's a reason, but I'll get to it. On top of the build, we're going to buy a large catch basin. I'm going to order 3 of them. We got to use them for another job too, so I'm going to order a bunch of them. And you're going to put a catch basin in here because the roof is dripping water down, and that's what's washing all this out. And so before you build the wall, you're going to install a catch basin in the corner. They said they're going to show you right where the water's falling. You're going to put the catch basin in, and it's just like a pop-up. You're going to either run it into this pop-up, you can connect it in, or you can run your own pop-up. And then same thing here. It's running off right there. So you're going to install just a real short, it'll have to be long enough for it to pop up, because the pop-up's going to have to be obviously lower than the catch basin, which it should be. So you're going to install a catch basin there once you reshape the wall and pop it up out here. Here we're going to rebuild the wall somewhere in this area. But while you got the wall up, cut a hard line here, straight line into the wall, and we're going to dig all this up. and we're going to install river rock here. But we're going to install like it doesn't have to be a real super deep French drain. I'm not sure if you'll be able to get the trencher in right here. If not, just have some of your guys dig a French drain on the edge of this concrete. Make it about, I'd say, a foot deep, probably be good. And we want to slope it away from this point here, because this is where it's washing this wall out. And so we want the French drain to run in that direction. And so you put your pipe in the bottom, wrap the pipe in filter cloth, but don't worry about filtering the, put it down on the bottom of the trench or filter cloth, but then just wrap the pipe, because the rest of this is all just going to be river rock. And don't use limestone on your French drain, just all river rock, all large river rock. Fill in the trench with river rock, and then fill in the whole bed with river rock. Make sure your slope is coming away from the house. Yeah, so just river rock. It's going to be about 2 yards. And they said if you could make the drains look good with a shovel full of river rock around it or something, you can do that too. There's also work in the back. So I took a picture of these stones. They sell them at Panettas. And they are, so this is, we're going to take out this row here, and we're going to re-level these, but we're going to bring about 5 gray and 5 red. And what we're going to do is we're going to replace this broken one, like just find about 5 to 10 of them to replace. I see this one's broke, and then this one needs to be re-leveled here, and then try, like, these rocks might be okay, but remove like a good amount of them, like the loose ones, because at that point, once we get this relaid, and then she also wants some laid here, where this grass area is, so go here. And then cut it off right here, and then like cut, I know this is gonna suck, but just cut a couple down in here. And then once you do that, bring, I think 2 bags of wide gap sand should be good. We'll do 3. You get the wide gap sand if they still have it, and sand this thing. And go ahead and sand this, so we wanna get it looking good. Pressure wash it first too. And we're resodding this area, but in order to change the grade, bring the rhododendron. Take this sod up and rhododendron this. And then over here, we're going to be taking the weather-treated plywood. Get it a little, pretty, I don't know what thickness it would be. They're strange thicknesses, like 23, 30 seconds of an inch or something. But anyways, it just has to be weather-treated. And then cut them into 4-inch strips. And they're going to be 8 foot long, and you've got 20 feet, so you're going to need 2.5. So you'll definitely have enough with 1 piece of plywood. And cut it into 4-inch strips, and then remove the soil from the fence, and then dig down and knock it down into the ground, and then push the dirt back. She's just trying to keep the dirt from going through the fence. So you're just creating sort of like a retainer out of wood. It'd be similar to if we put like landscape timbers in there, except we're going to use 4-inch strips of plywood, and they're really not going to be held in by anything, except for they just need to be put down 3 inches into the ground where there's only like an inch up, and then the dirt needs to come up about 1/2 inch where there's only like a 1/2 inch of it sticking up. So it's basically, you're just going to start here and you're going to run all the way down. But yeah, this is about 300 to 400 square feet of sod, and it just needs to be rhododendron because it's just a mess. And there's really not going to be any other way to grade it unless you can think of a way to grade it. But this is perfect for the rhododendron. Just come through and knock down all the high points, move the dirt around, and don't bring in any extra topsoil. So that's it.